It's just me today in time for Father's Day with a very special encore presentation of a podcast episode talking to dads. But this is good for all parents, for LGBTQ plus kids, for allies. It helps us all better understand and support. So dads, your child is gay. Your love for your child seems to somehow conflict with your faith, at least according to what you may hear from Christian friends. Like it or not, you're on this journey. So what do? What kind of dad will you be? Being gay is not a choice, but whether or not you unconditionally love, accept, and affirm your gay child is. In this encore episode, I share 3 real responses from dads, and I ask you to think about which one is most like you.
Would it be okay if I were to tell you that I am afraid someday, so I call you up and you call me down? Would it be okay?
Well, hello and welcome to the FreedHearts podcast. So glad you're here. Welcome. Please do connect with us at freedhearts.org. Don't forget to share and subscribe if you would. And we would appreciate a 5-star rating on whatever platform you're listening to. That really does mean so much, and we are deeply grateful for that. My name is Robert Cottrell, and I'm here as always with, oh my gosh, she's not here. So I can't say always anymore. No, I will say always, but this is a very special episode, and it's just me today. Just me. Talking to dads, either to dads or about dads. And again, this is good for all parents, also for LGBTQ plus kids, for allies, because it helps us all better understand and support each other. And but this is specifically something that's been on my heart for quite a long time. And I'm working on a FreedHearts Beloved adventure that will be for dads in this, a journey for dads. But I wanted to do this today, just for the guys, just for dads out there. And so I hope you enjoy it. So dads, your child's gay, okay, or lesbian or bisexual or transgender or queer or questioning or still working all of that out. And your love for your child seems to somehow conflict with your faith, at least according to what you may hear from church and Christian friends. Now, how is that possible? That was the thing for me, where I had my faith and I had my love for my child, and those were never in conflict until my child came out, and all of a sudden, those don't fit anymore. I didn't understand that. How is that possible? And in that moment, many voices are going to tell you that your child needs what they would call, tough love, which is BS, or needs to be, quote, confronted in their sin. Well, again, not our job. Number 1. Number 2, not sin. And you know that already, I think, if you're listening to this podcast. Or maybe even needs to be kicked out of the house. That's the advice that we hear virtually every day, that dads and moms and parents are being told by their church leadership and Christian friends. And your heart screams in confusion because you know that just doesn't make sense, dads. Well, like it or not, you're on the first step of a journey. So what do? Well, I say it all the time: err on the side of love, breathe, and let the answers come as they come. Unfortunately, we continue to hear horror stories of parents who don't do that. Instead, they follow this false teaching and wrong counsel of the non-affirming church, and they reject, condemn, shame, and judge their child. Now, there is confusion when your child comes out. I get that. I understand that. I've been there. As parents, we don't understand, especially parents who've been raised in the evangelical church. We don't understand everything, and initially, we have a lot of questions and honestly, not a lot of answers. Well, let's think about it. Lots of questions and few answers. Is that the best time to do something that might shame your child to the very depth of their being and drive them into destructive and often life-threatening situations? Or is that the time we need to reinforce our love for and our commitment to our child and begin our own journey, and again, err on the side of love, breathe, and trust that the answers will come? Here's the reality. 1 out of every 4 homeless LGBTQ became homeless the very same day they came out to Christian parents. 40% of all homeless youth are gay. 70% of those attempt suicide. 57% of transgender youth without supportive parents attempt suicide. When even one parent is supportive, and Dad, that could be you, that number drops to 4%. Will you be a dad that protects your child from that kind of future? Or will you be a dad that kicks your child to the street? I know that's direct, but I'm just saying. All right, hear me now. Being gay is not a choice. Whether or not you unconditionally love, accept, and affirm your gay child is a choice. It's your choice alone. And you need to understand that there are natural consequences for each in the life of your child and your family. As most of you know, I'm the father of 5 kids, 2 of whom are part of the LGBTQ plus community. And I want to share with you here as part of this episode 3 real responses from other dads. And when I do this, I want to ask you to think about which one is most like you. Okay? This first letter is from a father to his gay son. It represents the worst fears of a child when they come out to their parents. And if you've raised your child in a Christian home, they are terrified to tell you because they've heard stories from their friends. They're terrified. So this represents the worst fears of a child when they come out to their parents. Unfortunately, it's all too common. Here's the note. James, this is a difficult but necessary letter to write. I hope your telephone call was not to receive my blessing for the degrading of your lifestyle. I have fond memories of our times together, but that is all in the past. Don't expect any further conversations with me. No communications at all. I will not come to visit, nor do I want you in my house. You've made your choice, though wrong it may be. God did not intend for this unnatural lifestyle. If you choose not to attend my funeral, my friends and family will understand. Have a good birthday and a good life. No present exchanges will be accepted. Goodbye, Dad. Wow. That just tears my heart open, and I'm not the one on the receiving end of that. I can only imagine. All right, the second letter is a father's surprise text to his gay son, and it's full of love and acceptance. So here it is. Nate, I overheard your phone conversation with Mike last night about your plans to come out to me. The only thing I need you to plan is to bring home OJ and bread after class. I've known you were gay since you were 6. I've loved you since you were born, Dad. Again, that moves my heart to tears. And I'm not even the one receiving that. I can only imagine what that feels like to a child who is terrified and to get that kind of love and acceptance. Wow. Okay, the third is from a dad who still has lots of unanswered questions, unresolved concerns. But he is erring on the side of love. If this is where you are, maybe this letter can offer a place to start as you respond to your gay child, or lesbian, or bisexual, or transgender, or queer, or questioning. So here's the letter. Son, first thing I want you to be sure of is that we love you. Always have, always will. We are proud of you. We admire the young man you've become. Thank you for telling us about this part of you. I can only imagine how difficult it was for you to say to your old mom and dad. You already know that homosexuality goes against our beliefs, but we are going to pray to God to help us see this from His perspective apart from the culture and the church. I admit we are also concerned for you, mostly because this world can be cruel and we don't want you to be hurt. Know that we will do our best to protect you. I realize you may be tempted to protect us from family and friends who disagree with homosexuality. We want you to know that you are not to concern yourself with that. This is our job as your parents, no matter what. We love you and would never do anything to hurt you. Dad. Wow. I love so much about this third letter too, because, and especially this part where he says, we are going to pray to God to help us see this from God's perspective apart from the culture and the church. That is a faith parent who has opened up their box, opened up their heart, and is willing to admit that what they used to think and believe just might be wrong. Opening that box, making that admission, is the first step. They felt the conflict between their love for their child and what they hear coming from their non-affirming church, and they made the choice to love and begin a journey to discover the source of that conflict. Now, I want to stop right here and say that you may be the parent of a child, and that second or third letter is not how you first reacted. We don't always respond initially the way we wish we had. Many parents, many dads express remorse at words they wish they could take back. Please hear my heart. Your child is grace-giving. They understand what it is to say something in the heat of the moment. We've all been irrational, demeaning, and even cruel. They are usually more than happy to forgive. They're just glad to realize you still love them. So if you did not react the way you wanted to, go to your child, apologize, say the things now you wish you would have said before. Don't be tormented over mistakes. We need to learn to forgive ourselves and let others forgive us too. Now, guys, when you take this journey as the dad of an LGBTQ plus child, it will likely require you to deconstruct any false beliefs that somehow get in the way of your full love and acceptance and affirmation. And that's really what we do at FreedHearts. We step outside of that box with you. We step outside of that box of rules-based, behavior-focused, conditional love, non-affirming Christianity. And it can be scary when we do that. But the freedom, peace, and truth you discover along the journey is exquisite, life-giving, and deeply satisfying to your heart and soul. I will tell you that my relationship with my children has never been better. My relationship with God, with Spirit, has never been deeper and more satisfying. I came to learn that unconditional love and acceptance and affirmation of my LGBTQ plus children is actually consistent with a faith that follows Jesus. And I now say that I'm fully affirming because of my faith, not in spite of it. Dads and moms too, in many ways now, there are elements out there who are coming after our kids in a pretty aggressive way. We hear it all the time with a stripping of rights, with a direct attack, especially on the transgender community and their parents. It's time to step up and defend them. Stand up, speak up for them to your church, your relatives, your friends, the school leadership, and others as appropriate and as your child asks. Stand behind them in support, stand beside them in solidarity, and stand in front of them to take some of the arrows coming their way. That's what family is for. That's what dads are for. That's what it is to love. To have a gay child, to have an LGBTQ plus child is one of the greatest blessings of my life. It has taught me so much. And to my 2 kids and the other family members who support them, thank you for that. You've changed my life forever. I'm a better human being, off the charts better. And it can be this way for you too. I've often told my 5 kids that there are only 5 people on the planet who can call me dad. A parent's place in their child's life is like no other. Dads, we hold their hearts in our hands and have an immeasurable impact on their lives and their futures. The world will provide no shortage of people and messages who want to tear them down and judge them and shame them. Our job is to love them unconditionally, even when we don't understand, or maybe we don't agree. Maybe especially when we don't understand. It conveys the vital message that no matter what, our love for them is unshakable. Love your child, breathe, let the answers come. This is my journey. This is your journey. Remember, you're not alone. I will go on this journey with you. If you're a dad and need someone to talk to, please just email me. It's robert@freedhearts.org. I will take this journey with you. Your child is beloved. You are beloved. Susan will be back with me next week. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Would it be okay if I were to tell you that I am afraid someday? So I call you up and you call me down. Would it be okay?
You've been listening to the FreedHearts podcast. We have extensive resources and vibrant, inclusive community for you at freedhearts.org. Please just come say hello. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions for the podcast, just email us at podcast@freedhearts.org. Audio engineering is provided by Luke Johnson. The music is provided by our daughter, Hannah Cottrell, who is Grammy nominated. You can find out more about her and her music at hannahcottrell.com. Please share, subscribe, and follow on your favorite platform, and support us if you can. Thanks for listening.